What's up, guys? So today I'm gonna talk to you guys about why do manufacturers avoid your warranty. Okay, like I'm in this 2021 Dodge Durango GT, and today I was gonna tell you guys why when something fail, and especially the engine and transmission, if something go bad and you're trying to take back to them and they say, oh, we can't do, I'm sorry, you have to pay out of your pocket, you know. So common reason, let's say the engine just fail. Okay, you bought it. Either way, if it's brand new or you bought it and they give you a warranty, um, even if it's used, and then they give you a warranty, and then you take it home, you drove it, you put some miles on them. Okay, usually at the Dodge dealership, like this car, I bought it brand new. Okay, now it has over 22,000 miles. Okay, let's say I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say I just bought this, okay, today with 0 miles, and then I took it home. Okay, my oil change will be at the 5,000. Okay, I need to bring back to the dealership and do an oil change service. Okay, and then let's say I didn't do the oil change to the dealership. I took somewhere else because I was driving, and then I was, let's say, went to California or somewhere, and then I put 5,000 miles, and then when I had to come back to the Dodge dealership where I purchased the car, is very fast. So what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna put some oil changes somewhere nearby, like 10 minutes oil change or somewhere. Okay, as long as the same oil was put it on the car. Okay, so let's say I did that, and then time comes I need to go back home. I came home, and now I have like 10,000 miles on the car. Okay, so I have 10,000 miles on the car, and now something doesn't seem right, especially the engine. And I never visit the dealership. Okay, so I go to the dealership. I hear some noise on the engine, that weird noise on the engine, something like ticking, and it's very hard. Like you can tell, like something is wrong. And then now I go to the dealership where I purchased the car, and I tell them, look, I bought this car from you guys, okay, but the engine doesn't sound right. Of course, they're gonna take a look because you have warranty in them. But the thing why they will come back and say they decline your warranty is because you never brought it back to them to do an oil change. You always take somewhere else, which some company will offer you. Even if you take somewhere else to do an oil change, you have to keep the receipt and show them on file that you did this oil change this place. If they're not qualified enough, they might not cover you. So that's one to look out for. So if you do an oil change to a brand new vehicle, usually just take to the dealership to keep your warranty up to date. Okay, because I've seen a lot of people when they go to get their engine service or some, they get told that, look, if you keep doing this somewhere else, which they don't tell you, majority of the people, they don't tell you, but if you keep doing outside, or you did your own, or somebody else did your oil change, and then something goes wrong, you go back to the dealership won't cover that. So that's one thing to look out for. Even if it's expensive, it's better to do to them than later on you end up buying the new engine with your own money instead of the warranty cover that. So that's something to look out for. And the other thing, if you just bought the car and you keep maintain it to them, let's say you don't go anywhere else, you just go to the same dealership because you have warranty over there, you keep going over there for the oil change, tire rotation, all that kind of stuff. What happened is you were scheduled to do oil change every, let's say, every 4,000 miles or 5,000 miles. Okay, and you don't go at that kind of period. You only go after 7,000 miles, 6,000 miles. So your schedule look like 1,000 each time you're by 1,000 up, and then you go to the dealership. What they recommended you was 5,000, but you go every 6,000 miles. So that's gonna affect you even either way, because they can look on your paper and say, well, we recommended you to change your oil every 5,000, but you wanted to change your oil every 6,000. You know, They might fix your car or they might not fix your car during the warranty period. So that's something else to look for. Okay, and then let's say you bought a car and it was used, okay, and they offer you let's say 6 months or 10,000 miles, okay, and then you go and change your oil somewhere else and you don't have receipt, you don't have anything, and then you went back at that period of they offer you 10,000, and when you went back and they see that you didn't change, usually they will tell you to come back if you bought a used car for an oil change or anything. But if it didn't meet their requirement, you might be paying by yourself. So that's another thing to look out for. Because I went to the dealership and they told me all these. Okay, because I had a conversation with them. So this one to look out for. And another thing to look out for. Okay, your transmission failed. Okay, you bought George Durango and your transmission went out. Why is your transmission went out? Okay, was you maintaining it? Of course you're gonna say you was maintaining it. Okay, everything, because the transmission, most of the car's transmission, you can't change. You don't have to change transmission fluid every 10,000 miles. They go up to 60,000 miles, unless you own a CVT transmission, which you can go up to. You can go up to like 20,000 or 30,000 before you change. Most of the CVT that I know. Okay, so you have your transmission went out. Let's say your transmission went out. You bought a car brand new, and then your transmission went out at 75,000. Okay, but did you change the transmission fluid? Because it was recommended at 60,000 miles, but you didn't change it. Okay, you didn't change at that period. You waited, because most of the car can go up to 100k, 100,000 miles without transmission fluid change. Okay, you are required to change. But if you go over there and to the dealership and say, oh guys, you know what, you guys didn't change, I don't know what's going on, transmission just failed, they're gonna look at your history. If you've ever serviced your transmission, they find out you didn't, the requirement was at 60,000 miles, but you didn't do it, now your transmission failed, they're gonna tell you that's gonna be on you. So you're trying to avoid that. If you're gonna go with your warranty, just go ahead and, because they call it extended, because after, if you bought a brand new, they end up at 60,000 miles or 5 years of ownership of your car. So if you bought an extended warranty for your transmission, and then at that point and you didn't change at 60,000 miles, it can still be on your own, because you let it that end up, because they told you to go change it, which is required at 6,000, but you didn't do it, and you still have the protection warranty. It can still not be covered. That's another thing to look it out for. So and make sure if you're gonna do your oil changes somewhere else, make sure they put the right amount and the right amount of oil that was required by the manufacturer. Instead of you just go there, they sometimes ask you what oil do you need on your vehicle. Just let them follow the requirement, because some people, I've seen them asking this 10 minutes oil changes, 5 minutes oil changes. They'll ask you what requirement do you need it. They'll just ask you, oh, what oil do you want me to put on your vehicle? No, just follow the maintenance guidance. Just follow that. If the oil, because I've seen people say if the oil is 0W20, sometimes they can put 5W20. No, just follow the ownership of your manual ownership of the vehicle. That will help you a lot. Because if something goes wrong and nothing is right, it can affect you in the long run. So be careful on what oil you put it on your vehicle. Even use the car. So that's something else to look out for.